Dramatic stuff, dramatic stuff. Welcome, Charlotte. Marvellous to have you here. I saw the film in New York, in fact, and it's a very powerful film, actually, isn't it? Was it good to make as well?
Very good to make. I think Sydney has a way of turning a story like The Verdict, which is basically quite a simple story, into something very special.
Did you like the character you played, or did you...?
Yes, I always make a point of liking the characters I play. Otherwise I'd have rather a hard time with them.
Yes, because the character's got a nice schizophrenia about it, hasn't it?
Yes,
which we will not reveal totally.
Not reveal the plot, but no, I mean, I have to like the people that I play, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yes, even if they do negative things.
Yes, even if they do also, but then we all do, don't we? So, I mean, nobody's fallible, we all do those things, and then people up on the screen also do them.
Yes. We had a piece of Paul Newman yesterday on the set, talking on the set. He is an amazing phenomenon, isn't he? How do you explain his continual... well, how do you complain? He looks so good.
We only knew maybe it's all the saunas he has. He has his own portable sauna, which he brings around in the hotel room. But I think he's someone who's who's understood very much what the business is about and what he needs to be able to keep him going in the business. He's very attached to his family. He's got 5 daughters, and he keeps that side of his life very, very, very strong also, because I think an actor needs that desperately.
Do you find, in fact, I mean, because films are so much different to television, where when you're seen to be talking like this, you really are, you know, you're not doing separate takes. Does someone like Paul Newman or someone else give you more than other people? I mean, are there people you've worked with actually who give you nothing back, there's nothing coming back, whereas there are other people who give you a lot?
Yes, there are much more some actors are much more giving than others, some actors are much more unselfish than others. Some actors do tend to almost like to work by themselves and have their technique, a method technique or whatever it is, and do it by themselves, which is really, the results are very hard then, because it's like talking to a brick wall, because he's doing his sort of motivating quietly by himself. I won't quote who those ones are, but mostly the actors I've worked with have been very generous people. I've been able to... Paul was certainly a very generous actor.
Yeah, yes, because it must be very difficult.
You've got to have that playback, you've got to have that feedback, you've got to have the look in the eye, you've got when somebody's talking to you, or reciting a line, but he's actually talking to you. It's got to be real. You can't sort of see him sort of motivating intensely behind and not actually giving you what you need.
Exactly, it's the same with interviews. I know when I'm being interviewed that if the other person's eyes glaze over, you all go into a quick glaze, don't you?
Yes, well, there's a moment, and often in interviewing you have to look at other things and do other things at the same time, and it's disconcerting. You can't say anything about it, but you can learn techniques and tricks to avoid being disconcerted.
That's right, exactly.
Right.
Now, since we first met, acting has taken a different place in your life, hasn't it, really? I mean, all the interviews that appear with you now talk about the fact that your priorities are all different. You still enjoy acting, but it very much comes second to the rest of your life now. Well,
I can't say it becomes second. It's so much part and parcel of my life that I can't say it comes second. I can't put things... I mean, if you say, would you give it all up for your family? I'd say no. I mean, the things both...
But would you give your family up for it? No.
So, where does that
Which
put
would
us,
you least give up for the other? Yes, yes.
Yes, and that question I don't particularly want to put to myself.
But I mean,
it doesn't have to be like that, but it's a question of why I slowed down the filming, because you can't actually, make 3 films a year and also run a home and a family and keep your husband and children happy. You can't do it. It's impossible. Nobody can do it. You have to abandon one or the other slightly. So it's a question of slowing down one to give the other priority.
Also, some people say that you don't have a fantastic... I mean, your husband's a marvellous musician, but even before you met him, that you probably respect people who are musicians more than the art of acting. Is that true?
No, I don't. That's untrue, because when acting at its finest is as fine an art as a great composer. But what I like about music is that it's an art form which touches me very deeply, very emotionally. So I suppose that's perhaps why I ended up with Mr. Jar.
Right, but what's the best bit of acting you've done, do you think?
The best bit of acting? I couldn't say that.
You mean for reasons of modesty, or...?
No, I couldn't, because there is perhaps even just moments and bits in different films that have been, perhaps, as far as I'm concerned, not the best, because I can't think of terms in terms of those kind of superlatives. But it's something that I know really worked, that everything was right, all the chemistry was right, the chemistry in the actor, the lights, the direction, the cutting, that everything just worked. And that doesn't often happen. You get moments, perhaps, of that throughout a film. It's rare that you get a whole continuous moment that works consistently.
Right, well, there's so much more to talk to you about, Charlotte, and if you, I know you're going to stay with us, and we'll come back and we'll carry on with Anna later on, if we may.
Okay.
And we'll take a break now, and we'll come rushing back in a moment with the news from Robert Key and lots more besides, and Charlotte will still be with us, and we've got mothers and babies and goodness knows what else to deal with later on in the programme. We'll be right back in just a moment.